Hello and welcome back to the Bronx Journal. I am your host, Giselle Fernandez, sitting in for Professor Perez. Ever wondered what it would be like to study abroad? Well, we're about to find out. Let's welcome Elizabeth Parra, Laura Bowden, and Emmanuel Perez again. Hi, guys.
Hi. Again.
Well, I know, and I guess you guys know, but I actually had the opportunity to study abroad. I went to London, and for all of those that are watching, she was my roommate, Laura. But, for instance, where did you go?
I went to Spain
And for how long were you there for?
for a month.
A month. That's sort of how long we stayed.
We stayed for
15 days.
Yeah.
And how was your experience?
It was amazing. Can't describe it. It was fascinating.
Like, what did you do? What was Spain like? I need to live and breathe Spain. Tell me, what is it like?
Completely different from New York. Completely different from the Bronx. Life is so much relaxed, passive. People are really nice to you.
Really?
Days are long, strange, and it's really hard for New York. They take naps. So
I like
New York,
Spain is our next choice.
but it was fascinating. It was amazing.
I know, even though you helped us, because I say us because you helped me go abroad, but you actually went abroad when you were a student.
I did. Once upon a time, I was a Paris CUNY exchange student. I lived in Paris for a year. I studied in Paris 10, Nanterre. And I mean, the same thing these girls are saying, it's an amazing experience. You get to live in a place that people dream about. You hear people say, I want to live in Paris, I want to study in Paris, I want to do this, and you're living that dream. You're a Lehman student that's living in Paris, and it's just incredible. The food, all these things.
Everything.
So
Just everything.
you would know about it because you visited Paris.
I know I
so.
did. We'll talk about that later. But for instance, I know I had a great time, and I know for me it was an amazing experience. But for you, like, how was it?
London, well, you know. She
But
was
they
with
don't know.
me.
I know.
She was with me in London, and by the way, she was the best roommate ever.
Say that
Hopefully
again.
my
Say that
roommate
again.
won't listen to this.
You have to say that.
But she was great, and the experience was amazing. Like, every day we had to do something. It was 24/7 outside. The hotel was beautiful also. It was cheap. The food,
You can be honest in this show. It's okay.
Can I be honest?
Go ahead,
From
girl.
London,
Did
not
you,
really my choice.
did you
but-
just say London was cheap?
No, I'm saying
Oh,
the
okay.
hotel, the price we had to pay was
Yes, let's
cheap.
clarify that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, London was expensive, but I'm saying like the package that we had for study abroad was really cheap.
I know money,
And-
like, now that we bring up the topic of money, I know money, it's a problem for many people. And especially for us, we're students. So some of us, we pay for tuition, we pay for, like, our daily stuff. Manuel, like, these students, I go around and I try to promote study abroad. I try to say, oh, you need to go because it's an experience. But they always give me I'm broke. I'm broke, it's not gonna happen, whatever. Like, what do you tell these people?
Well, I can tell them that I was just like them. I was
Just as
that
broke.
one student that said, I'm broke, I can't really go abroad. This is not a possibility. But you know what? When you want to do something, you make it happen. And I said I wanted to do this. At first, I thought I was going to be living with a French family. That didn't work out. So I took the necessary steps to make it happen. And whether that meant taking out a loan, whether that meant not going out and saving some money before I left,
Yes.
or just planning it, making it so that when you're there, you have enough money to live. And the school does help. There's financial aid. If you're getting some programs like the Paris CUNY Exchange program, if you're getting Tap and Pell, you can use Tap and Pell. If you need a loan, there are loans in the financial aid office. So, it's only a matter.
Possible.
It's possible. It's a matter of you telling yourself that you're going to do this. It's an amazing experience, and you taking the necessary steps to make it happen.
I know you guys, do you have some kind of difficulty maybe with, like, I'm talking about money-wise, just to get there?
Yeah, I had to take out a loan, and my parents had to help me out. But at the end, it's worth it. It was worth all the trouble. It was worth
I
all
can
the money.
imagine.
it's worth it.
How about you?
Well, thank God I got a scholarship from the Celia Cruz Foundation, and I used half of it for London, so I didn't have a problem at that time. But now I'm just saving my money to go to Italy, hopefully.
She gave me the look like she's trying to give me a hint, Emmanuel. I think someone wants me to join her.
again.
Well, it's so funny because after working in the study abroad office for like 3, maybe 4 years, I'm not even sure now. I forget because I've been here for so long. But after working there, you always see that the students that go abroad come back and they're so excited they want to go abroad again.
It's that you must. I know when I went, like money-wise, I had to take out a loan. And what my mom constantly told me was, you just do it because it's a lifetime experience. You're not going to get at that price that you get it for students. You're not going to get it anywhere. Because the stuff we did, if we were to like book it ourselves, it would have been God knows how many thousands of dollars.
Right.
And we were going to theaters. We went to 5 plays. And we went to all kinds of museums because we were surrounded by museums, galleries,
Tours.
it's just everything. It was overwhelming how many things. I was there for 15 days, and she can tell you, I was holding on to my bed. I was like, no. I refused to leave because I was like, no, it's not over. It can be over. But before you left, what did you expect to see? Do you have any expectations, anything?
I was really nervous. I was really scared. I didn't know what to expect. But once I got there, once I met the people from the trip, it was exciting. It was nerve-wracking, but it was really exciting.
Did you guys, for instance, did you expect anything
I
out of
was
the blue?
expecting to have the time of my life, and I did.
And you did. But I know you. You learned French here or in Paris?
We took some basic elementary level courses here
Here.
at Lehman, 101, 102, 201, 200, 201. And, but it's, what you learn in the classroom is totally different.
Completely different.
The minute I got out of the airport, it was just like, where did my French go? What did I learn? What happened? So but it did help, and it does when you're taking courses over there. It really everything comes back, but you're sort of culture shock, and language is part of that, and people talk fast, especially in Paris. So you're just like, what happened to what I learned in school? But later on, it comes back.
And you're around these people speaking the same language. Do you have any kind of language barrier?
No. My first language was Spanish, but to people from Spain, my Spanish is horrible. So it was really hard.
It's funny you say that. Because sometimes I speak to people that are from Spain, and I'm like, do I know Spanish anymore?
Yeah.
So I understand you very well. I know for you, for me, it wasn't more of a language barrier, but there was a lot of things that I was like, a hole in the wall? What's a hole in the wall?
Yes. Oh, yes. When they told us on the first day, here it's not, what was it? It's not called ATMs. It's holes in the wall.
And I'm
And we
literally
were like,
looking.
what?
I'm looking for holes in the wall. And
It was weird.
I said metro, and it was, what was metro? No, metro was the train. Was it tube?
A tube, yes.
You'd ask me to find the tube, I would literally be looking for a tube.
Yes.
I had no idea what the tube was. So even in the airplane, we speak English, but just the accent. It took me a while to just.
We actually came back with a little bit of accent. Sometimes we would be like, oh yes, that's better. Better.
It's hard to understand because on my way to Spain, I had to stop at London, and people were talking to me, and I couldn't understand what they were saying.
But thank you. Hold that thought 1 second. We're going to go on a break, but we'll be back with more. Now, don't go anywhere because we're going to be back with more of our study abroad experiences.